Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field on a bitterly cold day. It is really cold. The wind is blowing 80 miles an hour, and we're here for, it always surprises me when I say Greater Boston Baseball. It's Link Classical. They've been in the Greater Boston League for a while, but I still go back to when they were in the Northeastern Conference. But it's classical here. MJ Guida leading off for Everett, the Crimson Tide. It's like being home. I'm doing a Lynn game classical, and I'm doing Everett. I did their football games for 25 years. I did every one of their Super Bowls. So I'm well acquainted with both schools. Called third strike right down the middle, and he took it. Both teams are trying to stay undefeated. Classical's 1-0. Everett is 2-0. But bundle up. In for a strike, a little late call. I think he said strike, but he came up with the arm a little bit late. So we're going to have to watch for that. Tap down the first base line, kicks foul. So we're coming to you live. We hope you're enjoying it. You're enjoying it more than we are. You're inside. We're outside, and it is cold. The wind is blowing. Players doing infield had their hats blown off. Hit high in the air behind the plate. Not going to have room. It goes up in the seats. It's always nice. The one fan sitting within 5 or 6 feet of the ball doesn't bother to go get it, and a guy from a mile away goes and gets the ball. Swing and a miss. What a start by Christian Figueroa. Called third strike, swinging third strike. Javon Berberina, the hitter. Wide for a ball. Leon Elwell, in his second year as head coach. Low for a ball. Chris Chigettis, Jay Regato, Al Donovan, Kyle Candeleri, the assistants, and JV. In for a strike. We wait for that late right arm to come up. Chased that pitch, was up and away. Mark Walsh, the shortstop, had a great year last year as a freshman. So he's still only a sophomore. This is a young classical team. Scattered some people over in the classical dugout with that line shot. Payoff pitch up and coming. Hit high in the air. Third baseman circling and started over at third base. Motion, it carried him over towards shortstop. And Braden Owenesian makes the play. So an easy 1-2-3 inning for Figueroa and the Classical Rams. 2 strikeouts and a pop-up. So we'll move into the bottom half. It'll be Derek Soper on the mound for Everett, and he'll face Mark Wallace, the shortstop, leading off. Damien Munoz will play second and bat second. The center fielder, Rocky Brea, who had an outstanding basketball season, will hit third. Christian Figueroa, who had that easy top of the first inning pitching, will hit in the cleanup spot. Rone Brea, young freshman from the basketball team, will play right field and bat fifth. Catching and batting sixth, Bo DeSea. Gavin Collins, the first baseman, will hit number 7. Hitting eighth and playing center field, Emerson Lara. And bringing up the tail end of the batting order, batting ninth, is Braden Owenesian, the third baseman. So still a very young team for Glasgow. They only have a couple of seniors. There's only really one playing. The sun comes out very, very bright, and it's still ice cold. I said to both coaches standing, I said, what time is kickoff? This should be very cold for football. We don't have a lot of fans here. About 8 or 10 from Everett that made it here, all bundled up in winter clothes. A few more over behind the Glasgow dugout. It'd be a good time to sit out in your car out behind the fence and watch it from out through the fence. So Mark Wallace will look to get it started for the Rams. Breaks down the way for a ball. The noise you hear coming is not from the fans, it's from the Glasgow bench. In for a strike. We have to get used to the umpire. He says strike, and then a couple of seconds later, the right hand comes up. Hit in the air. It's going to come back behind home plate, out of play. It's a funny day. Big white puffy clouds, blue skies. The sun comes out, and it's about 40 degrees with the wind blowing, makes it like 20. In on the hands. With 2 strikes, he has to guard the plate, so he fouls it back and stays alive. I'm looking at one gentleman down behind third base in a suit coat and tie. I don't know how long he's going to stay here. Soper looked like he took something off, sailed high, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, he chased it up and in and fouls it off to the right side. So we'll do it again at 2-2. The delivery, hit foul again. Mark Walsh hanging around. Hit third, long throw across the diamond. Nice play by the third baseman, Fiosian. Fiofagin. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Fiofagin throws Walsh out. That's a tough play right at the third base bag. Long throw across to the third baseman, Portillo. So one up, one down. Breaks down the way for a ball to Jamie Munoz, the second baseman. High and tight for a ball. Low for a ball, 3-0. So Munoz will take at least one. Looking to become the first base runner of the game. He didn't. He swung at it, 3-0. He swung at the pitch. I'm surprised. The 3-1 pitch. In for strike two. Soper trying to come all the way back. Popped up. And it's going to go back in the seats, foul. Popped up. Second baseman making the call and makes the one-handed catch. The wind almost carried it away from Ronaldo Santiago. So anything up in the air is going to be an adventure because the wind is blowing. The flag out in right center field is really fluttering. Jump up and grab it.
No, I always would. I just don't do it when they're resetting it. As soon as he does this, I get right back on it.
But if you have to get it, when he hits it, you have to go find it. You're on the camera when he pitches the ball. You know, so he's not pitching, but you're on the camera when he pitches. Two ones, he swings and misses at 2-0 pitch. Roky Brea, we mentioned he had an outstanding basketball season. Hits it foul back. Line shot, we got our first hit of the game. So after two away, Brea, line's going to left field, gets the first hit, becomes the first base runner. And the pitcher, Christian Figueroa, will be the hitter. I thought he was trying to take a bunt to give Brea a chance to steal second base. Brea was running, but Figueroa was trying to bunt the ball. That was kind of a surprise. In for a strike, quickly 0-2. So this is pitcher against pitcher. Brea takes off. It's hit down the right field line. It's going to hook foul down in that grassy knoll behind first base. They throw over this time to try and keep them close. Hit in the air. Shortstop, couple of shapes back on the grass. Nakului Santana makes the play. So Soper gives up the 2-out hit, but leaves the runner at first. We played a full inning in this Greater Boston League battle. Right back when we started, dead even, 0-0. And Christian Figueroa will be starting his second inning of work. And he'll be facing 4, 5, and 6 in the Everett order. This is the first game for both these teams in the Greater Boston League. Everett's got 2 wins, but they were against, one was against Greater Lawrence. Another one, they told me, and I forget, but it was not a Greater Boston League team. And Classical won their game against a non-conference team as well. Figueroa on the mound had a good year last year as Classical made the tournament under Coach Leon Elwell. Few loyal fans out here freezing, all bundled up. Everybody thought the winter gear was put away. And it was kind of break out the spring stuff, getting ready for summer. And virtually back came winter. Like I said, it's in the 40s, but the wind chill probably brings it down at least to the mid-20s, because it is cold. And we weren't sure they were going to play the game today. Yesterday's games with rain was called out, and today, right up until like 12:30 this afternoon, it was raining, and the rain was pretty good. It cleared up. Blue skies came out, sun came out a little bit, and the field has been, they did a great job with the field. The field is in perfect condition. Ever since they put the turf in, there haven't been many problems. Rich Avery got hit with a problem right off the bat. He had 2 games scheduled for yesterday. Couldn't make the play. Great try. Tammy Munoz went running way to his left, out a couple of steps in right field, spun around, and the first baseman was off the bat because he was chasing the ball as well. So Fioffigan gets a base hit, starting the second inning. First hit, first base runner for Everett. Brings up Derek Soper, the pitcher. Onesian shortens up at third, looking for a bunt. He squares and punts it foul. So anything up in the air is going to be an adventure with this wind. Very short lead at first base. They bunted foul again. Used to be one of the prime times of the game. Get a runner on, bunt the ball. Now bunting has been outlawed, I guess. You don't do it much, and when you do it, you don't do it that well. That's just a little lollipop toss. That wasn't a real good move to first base. Chased that pitch. It was way up and in. Figueroa got help on that pitch. Gets his third strikeout. Santana, the shortstop, will be the hitter. Again, not a great move. The runner was already back at the bag. Fjorfigan. In the air, coming on, a little bit into left center field. Rocky Brea makes the play. Two-way with the runner at first. Albert Santana, the center fielder. I don't know if he's related, Santana, to the shortstop. So 2 outs here in the top of the second. Nothing going on at Manning. I think there's a lacrosse game tonight at 7 o'clock. In for a strike. Held up, but it was in. Again, just a little lob toss. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. Way up and in. 1-2 the count. Again, the runner was almost standing at first base when he threw the ball over. Not getting too far off the bag. Inside, almost backed away from it, and they throw it away. It was way inside, and he stepped away from it and just tapped it to third base, and they threw it by the first baseman. So it extends the inning. Santana winds up at second. Fjorfigan winds up at third. And the DH, Armani Negron, hitting for the first baseman, Portillo, will be the hitter. So it looked like the third out of the inning. Instead, it's second and third with 2 outs. Way up and in for a ball. Negron is the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Missing inside again, 2-0. Chased that pitch. That was a little inside, too. 2-1 the count. Got his money's worth swinging the bat. In for a strike, and we got Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. That's going to be out of play up in the seats. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Strike 3 call. Good pitch on the corner. So he's got 2 strikeouts in each of the first 2 innings. He helps himself get out of the jam with the error. Everett leaves runners at second and third with the hit and the error. As I mentioned, Figueroa helps himself with the big strike. That was a perfect pitch on the corner for strike 3. So game stays 0-0 as we go into the bottom of the second. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Rene Bray, Pooh Desea, Gavin Collins for the Rams. Looking to get on the board first. Start of the new season. Got through football and soccer. Got through basketball and hockey. Had a great year with the teams. A lot of Lynn teams making the tournament. Everyone, worried about why doesn't Lynn win tournaments. I always mention, we got 5 teams in the city. 5 schools, 10 teams. Spread that talent around. Everett won a lot of Super Bowls, but put 5 high schools in Everett. That talent's going to be spread around. Then you send some people to St. John's Prep. You send people to Bishop Fenwick. We had a couple of people playing at Essex Tech. People go directly to prep school. Spread that talent around. And in the hockey and basketball season, we had 13 teams, hockey and basketball. I think we had 11 of them make the state tournament, at least 10. That's unbelievable. Solid shot right by the third baseman. Ronnie Bray, he's only a freshman. He's going to be a very good basketball player with his brother. And Classical gets their second hit. Last one came with 2 outs. This comes with no outs. And Boo Desea, the catcher, will be the hitter. So the Brea family have the 2 hits. Bunts it down the first base line. It goes foul. Diving back at first is Brea. And I have to say Rene Brea, because there's also Rolke Brea. Taking off, the throw down. Bounces off the second baseman. And Brea's got a stolen base. So Classical has their first runner in scoring position with nobody out. Let's see if he still tries to bunt. Ducks under that one, didn't show bunt that time. Down and away. 3-1 the count. The 3-1 pitch up and coming from Soper. Swing and a miss. And we'll have a payoff pitch up and coming. Soper working quickly. Strike 3 called. Took it. Tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. Gavin Collins will be the hitter. Swing and a miss. Gavin Collins is a big boy. Nice top. Pitch down the way. Guido made a nice stop, keeping the runner at second base. In for a strike. 1-2 the count for the Glasgow first baseman. Down the way. Nice job again by Guida. Bouncing out to his right to go get that one. And the gentleman in the suit coat and tie is no longer here. I wonder why. Again down the way. Guida's getting a workout behind home plate on this at bat. Count goes full. Soper again working very quickly. And he misses for ball 4. So it's first and second with 1 out. Emerson Lara, the left fielder, is the hitter. Swing and a miss. Now they throw it very easily back at second base with the shortstop Santana covering. Swing and a miss again. Quickly 0-2. Popped up, it's going to wind up in the seats. Swing and a miss, he gets him. So he's got 2 strikeouts in the inning. His first 2 of the game. Braden Owenesian, the third baseman, is the hitter. They throw it and almost went into center field. They threw the ball. Shortstop Santana hadn't got to second base yet. He almost hit Bria with the throw. Bria had to get out of the way. And they were lucky Santana was able to get behind second base and catch that. Or Bria was going to be at third, maybe scoring. Up and away for a ball. Top of the order, Mark Walsh on deck. Missing for a ball, 2-0. In for a strike. Chase that pitch, it was low, and the count goes 2-2. So deuce is wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. In inning number 2, we got deuces all over the place. Now I'm looking, the center fielder just lost his hat. And he's asked for time. That gives the center fielder a chance to go get his hat. His hat got blown off his head, went 4 or 5 feet away. That's how hard the wind is blowing. Missing wide. So the runners will be off and running on the 3-2 pitch. Pop foul back up in the seats. And we'll do it again at 3-2. And it's ball 4. So we're going to hit, a strikeout, a walk, a strikeout, a walk. And Classical has loaded the bases with 2 outs for Mark Walsh, who led off Classical's first inning, grounding out third to first. Up and away for a ball. Soper pitching from the full windup, not going to the stretch. We haven't seen that very often. Swing and a miss. Almost all the pitches we see now pitch from the stretch. One the count. Low for a ball, 2-1. Way up and in. Big pitch coming up for Soper and Everett. 3-1, the bases loaded, 2 outs. Missing for ball 4. So the third walk in the inning gets Walsh an RBI and gets Classical on the board as Bree, who started the inning with a base hit, comes home with the run, walking in. So Everett being very gracious guest. 3 walks after a leadoff single. Second strikeout, thought he might get out of the inning. Drop, foul past third base. Foul tip held on to nicely by Guida. 0-2 the count. Soper was walking off the mound thinking that was strike 3. Boy, that looked awful good. Walsh took it for ball 1. High for a ball. And again, deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded in inning number 2. Down and away. So he thought he had strike 3 before. Now he's got to come in with a pitch or walk in another run. The runners take off. Popped up. Third baseman with a long run almost to the plate. What a nice play. Isaiah Theophagen had a lot. He almost ran to home plate for that ball with the wind blowing it back, but he made the play. So a big pitch on 3-2. Gets a pop up for the third out. But 3 walks in the inning after the leadoff single gives Classical a run. And Classical grabs a 1-0 lead going into the third. So Figueroa will start the inning with a lead. And it just keeps getting colder. I don't even want to think about the 7 o'clock lacrosse game over at Manning Field when people will be playing in shorts. And even McGafferty, he's not wearing a sweatshirt. He's wearing the short sleeve shirt. His arms are bare. I hope he's wearing something when he's in the dugout. Fans are still hanging around, all bundled up with their blankets and their winter coats, and not an easy day for sure. Nine, 1-2 for Everett. Ronaldo Santiago, the second baseman, and then back to the top of the order, M.J. Guida, the catcher, as we start the third inning. McGafferty has now been given a 1-0 lead. Hit foul back to the screen. If that was a little bit higher, it might have come right in the press box. There's no top covering for the back screen, so anything hit can come right up in the seats, and if it's hit well, it could come right in the press box. Curveball hangs high, and it kind of goes 1-1. That curveball's in for a strike. 1-2 the count. Low for a ball. The 2-2 pitch up and coming. Drop to third base. Owenesian gets it over to Collins. 1 up, 1 down. M.J. Guida was called on strikes leading off the ball game. Up and away for a ball. Solid shot to left field coming on. Couple of steps to his left. Lara makes the play. Guida hit it right on the nose, but hit it almost right at the left fielder for the second out. Can't hit it much better than that. But you got to get a good pitch, hit it well and get lucky. He got 2 out of 3. Tyler Frenny struck out swinging his first at bat. Up and away for a ball. Swing and a miss. Quickly 1-2. Went down and picked that one off his ankles and fouled it up in the seats off to the left side. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Swing and a miss. He gets him for the second time. So another 1-2-3. Two of the 3 innings have been 1-2-3. First inning, he didn't get 2 strikeouts. He did get 1. He's got 5, Figueroa has. Everett is down in the 3rd. And for Glasgow will be the middle of the order, 3, 4, and 5 in the bottom of the 3rd to face Dave Soper, with Glasgow leading 1-0 in this Greater Boston League battle here in the middle of winter. There's some dark clouds coming in from left field. Not a nice day to be out playing baseball. This would be a tough day to play football. But we're back with you on LETV, starting with baseball and softball. We had a good year. Congratulations to St. Mary's girls for winning the state championship. Congratulations to the Lynn teams making the state tournament. As I mentioned before, not an easy task when you spread the talent around the way Lynn does. Coaches, ADs, all do a very good job. Rocky Berra got a 2-out single and got stranded at first base back in the first inning. Lined a shot into left field. That one wide, goes to the backstop. Center fielder plays short. Left field and right fielder are deep. Swing and a miss. In on the hands, he swung right through it. Hit in the air. It's playable. Nice job by Guida. He's doing a nice job behind the plate. Went behind the plate, drifted back a little bit, but he stayed with it and made the play. So the pop up to the catcher is the first out of the 3rd inning. Way up and in, he hit it, stepping away, punched it to the second baseman. Santiago gets it over to Portillo. 2 quick outs in the 3rd inning. Rene Brea singled and came around to score when Soper walked 3 after that base hit. He got 2 big strikeouts. Looked like he might get out of the inning. But then back-to-back walks forced the run in And that's where we are with Classical leading 1-0. Umpire is going after the Everett bench. You can root for your team, but you can't heckle the other team. I think he heard something he didn't like. Hit in the air, it's going to be up in the seats, out of play. And this, and only a freshman. He's a big, tall young man. He had a good year in basketball. He'll be back. Classical's got a lot of their players back for basketball. They made the tournament. Marvin Avery doing a very good job. Up in the seats again. They lost a tough game to St. Mary's in the tournament. Down the way for a ball. Count goes full. On the inside corner for strike 3. Good pitch by Soper. His first 1-2-3 inning. His third strikeout. So Classical is down in the third. We'll move into the fourth with Classical holding on to that 1-0 lead over the Everett Crimson Tide. Here again, this Greater Boston League battle. And that wind slacked off a little bit, and all of a sudden, just blew everything all around up here in the press box. For Everett, it'll be 3, 4, and 5 in this fourth inning. And Christian Figueroa will start his fourth inning. Everybody out there wearing a sweatshirt under their jersey, except the pitcher Figueroa. Isaiah Theophagen takes the pitch for a strike. He's got the lone hit for Everett. They only had 2 base runners. The other one was an error, both in the second inning, but came with 2 outs, and Figueroa got a big strikeout. Punched foul to the left of home plate. Quickly 0-2. Theophagen is the third baseman who made that nice running catch on a pop-up. Little late swing, goes the other way with it and fouls it past third base. Inside out swing. The 0-2 pitch once again. Chased that pitch, was outside. So Figueroa's got the strikeout pitch working. He's got 6 strikeouts in 3 1/3 innings. Missing low for a ball. Chop to second base. Big hop from Munoz. Easy play. Underhand over to Collins. 2 up, 2 down. In the fourth, Santana was the only player for Everett to get the ball out of the infield. He flied out to center field. Excuse me, Guida, the catcher, also flies left field. Good curveball, have him backing away for a strike. Swing and a miss. This is Soper, the pitcher. Low for a ball. Curveball, he had him backing away, but it was high and tight. Down the way for a ball. Payoff pitch coming. Pitcher to pitcher. Call, third strike. Sopas had to go to first base. Gets another third inning with 2 strikeouts. The only inning he didn't get 2 was the third. He got 1. So he's got 7 strikeouts in 4 innings. Everett is down in the fourth. For Glasgow will be 6, 7, and 8 to face Soper as that sun comes out strong again. But the wind is still blowing very strong. And it's still ice cold.
I never do it while he's running. I always only do it as soon as he gets like he stands. Then I get ready and I do it. I don't do it once he's doing this. No, I never. That's too late.
But you don't have to do it for 3 minutes. Pitch misses for a ball. Boom. Desea was called on strikes his 1 trip. Down the way again, 2-0. Boo is the catcher. Does a nice job behind the plate. In for a strike. Started swing, held up, it was in, and it's 2-1. That one's in as well. 2-2. Good pitch on the corner. Solid shot. Kicks foul past third base. Hit it well, but out in front just enough to pull it foul. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Call, third strike, good pitch by Soper. He picks up his fourth strikeout. Gavin Collins got one of the 3 walks after Renaud Brea got a leadoff single that helped Glasgow get their 1 run. And that's the difference in the game right now. The hit and the 3 walks. Over but low. Down the way for a ball. Missing low again, 3-0. On the verge of walking Collins for the second time. The right arm didn't come up, but I guess it's strike 1. Now the right arm comes up and it's 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So both pitchers have the strikeouts working. Emerson Lara, the left fielder, struck out swinging his 1 trip. Solid shot, but he hits it right at the second baseman. Santiago over to Portillo. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Soper and the Crimson Tide. His second straight 1-2-3 inning. He's retired 7 in a row. He's got 5 strikeouts, but the 3 walks have put him in a 1-0 hole. We finished 4 here at Frazier Field. Glasgow holding on to that skinny 1-0 lead. And it will be 6, 7, and 8 for Everett in the top of the 5th inning. And Figueroa will start his 5th inning. He's been almost perfect. He gave up a leadoff single in the 2nd inning. Got 2 outs, but then an error. Put runs at 2nd and 3rd. And that's the only inning that Everett has had a base runner. He's gone 1, 2, 3 in the 1st, the 3rd, and the 4th. He's retired 7 in a row. 9 out of 10, the one that reached was the error. Otherwise, it would have been 10 in a row. McCluey Santana, the shortstop, flied out to center field his 1 trip. Good pitch for a strike. Curveball hangs up and in, and it's 1-1. Right on the nose. What a play by Walsh. Solid shot by Santana. Looked like a base hit. Just a quick step to his left. Picked that one, Walsh, and threw a bullet over to Collins at first base. They take a hit away from Santana. Outstanding play by Walsh. Can't hit it any better than that. And Walsh took the hit away from Santana. Hit in the air, way off to the left side, out of play. Albert Santana, after a leadoff single with 2 outs, he hit a ground ball to third, and it was thrown away. He wound up at second base. The runner at first wound up at third, but then Figueroa got a big strikeout to get out of the inning. And that's as close as Everett has come. We got, I'm not sure why, but we have warm-up action in the classical bullpen. Figueroa hasn't thrown that many pitches. Curveball hangs high. Hit in the air. Long run for the catcher. Saya can't get there. Wasn't for lack of effort. All the way to the Everett dugout and almost made the play. And the count goes 2-2. Call third strike. Good pitch. Number 8 for Figueroa. Armani Negron is the DH hitting for the first baseman Portillo. He was called out on strikes. On the inside corner for a strike. Good pitch. Both pitches working very quickly. Curveball catches the inside corner, backs Negron away, and quickly it's 0-2. That was way inside. I thought he fouled it. He's going to reach first base on the strikeout. Threw it way inside. He swung right through it. I thought I heard a tip. I thought he tipped it. So Figueroa gets another strikeout, but it reaches first base. Ronaldo Santiago grounds it out third to first. Hit to third. Onesian to Collins, easy play. So Everett gets 4 outs in the inning. There's 2 more strikeouts for Figueroa. The second one reaches. 9 strikeouts in the game. Haskell holding on to that 1-0 lead, moving into the the bottom of the fifth. And it'll be 9-1-2 for the Rams on this, again, bitterly cold day. And again, I don't even want to think about the lacrosse game at 7 o'clock. Soper has been outstanding as well. He just lost it momentarily in the second inning when he walked 3 hitters after giving up a hit, and that's the difference in the game. He's retired 7 in a row. He struck out 5. He's only given up 2 hits. And the Bray family has 2 of them, has both of them, Roki Breyer and Rene Breyer. And Panea got the lead off single and walked around on the 3 walks for the 1 run. Braden Owenesian drew the second walk with 2 outs that extended the inning. Walsh, the on-deck hitter, drew the 3rd walk, forcing in the run. Chased that high pitch, swung right through it. This looks like Manny Mendez pitch hitting. Risky for a ball. So it's Mendez hitting for Onesian. Swing and a miss. Down away for a ball. Reaches for that one and pops it foul. Right into the Everett dugout, caught by one of the Everett players. Hit foul past third base. We'll do it again at 2-2. Chop to third. Big hop for the third baseman. Safe. They threw it away. He went to make the tag. And Mendez goes already to the bag. Easy play. He had plenty of time to throw it. And it bounced at the first base toward the right side. And Onesian is going to come back in the game, pinch running for Mendez. So Mendez reaches. Onesian will be the runner at third. And Mark Walsh grounded out the third, and his walk with the bases loaded forced in the 1 run. That's the difference in the game right now. Good sized lead at first base. They fake the bunt, take it down the way for a ball. The pitch was down away, he went after it, missed the bunt. So it's 1-1. Pops the bunt up. Nice play by Guida, the catcher, to pick it. So the first out is the attempted bunt pops up to the catcher. And it brings up Damien Munoz, the second baseman, who pops the second and pops the third. Let's see if they try to get Owenesian over to second base. Diving back as Owenesian. You got a pretty good little lead at first. It's a decent little lead. He dives back again. They almost threw it away. Swing and a miss. Pushing low for a ball. One the count to the Classical second baseman. Again, Owenesian diving back at first base on the pickoff attempt. In for a strike. 1-2 the count. Rocky Brea, the center fielder, on deck. Up and away for a ball. Evens the count at 2. Down and away for a ball, so he was ahead of him. Now he's got to come in with a pitch or put him on. Hit foul. Owenesian was off and running. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Down and away for ball 4. Ball got away, but nobody's going anywhere. So an error and a walk could put 2 on for Classical, with 1 out for Rocky Brea, who was singled and popped to the catcher. Swing and a miss. Got his money's worth there and swung right through it. Popped up, gonna make it up in the seats, and quickly it's 0-2. The pitcher, Christian Figueroa, on deck. Swing and a miss, that's a big strikeout. Number 6 for Sopa. Christian Figueroa pops to the shortstop, grounded out second and first. he can help himself here with a base hit. Hits it in the air, out of play. Hit the center field, backing up, coming on. Figueroa hit it well, but hit it right at the center fielder, Santana. So the walk and the error doesn't hurt Everett. Glasgow leaves 2 on. A big strikeout. Soper helped himself. He picked up another strikeout, his 6th. He also walked his 4th batter. We finished 5 here at Frazier Field. Glasgow holding on to that skinny 1-0 lead that they got back in the second inning on 3 walks and a hit. And for Everett in the 6th, it'll be 1, 2, and 3. Facing Figueroa, who will be starting his 6th inning of work. Figueroa hit it well, but hit it right at the center fielder. So we hope you're enjoying it, coming live to you from Frazier Field. Young Mr. Sullivan doing an outstanding job, as he usually does, making sure everything is working properly, getting it out. We've been working together quite a few times. I'm going to miss him when he graduates. MJ Guida, the catcher, called out on strikes, flies to left field. 0 for 2 against Christian Figueroa, starting his 6th inning of work. Solid shot, that's going to be a base hit. Just got enough inside out swing, just got it past the third baseman shortstop out in the short left field for a base hit. And Everett has the leadoff hitter on base. Only their 2nd hit. Tyler Frenny has struck out swinging twice. Let's see if they have him try to bunt. There's that little lob toss over the first, trying to keep the runner close. Again. In for a strike on the outside corner. Good pitch by Figueroa. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss again. He gets him for the 3rd time. 10 strikeouts for Figueroa. Javon Berberina, the left fielder, popped the 3rd, struck out swinging. Again, they throw it over. The runner was virtually on the bag when they threw it. The idea is just to try and keep him close, because they're not going to pick him off like that, just like that again. He's not getting that far off first base. Only a step or two. On the corner for a strike. He's been picking those corners very well. Getting ahead of hitters. Tries to bunt, they pop it up, and they double him up at first base. Figueroa helps himself. They try to bunt, they pop it up. Figueroa quickly off the mound, picked it quickly to Collins for a double play. So a virtual another 1-2-3 inning. Even though he gave up the base hit, he only faced 3 hitters. 10 strikeouts for Figueroa. He's 3 outs away from getting a win. He's given up 2 base hits. One of the base hits was just picked off on the double play. So they've had 4 base runners. A single in the second, an error in the second to put runners at second and third, where Everett had their only threat, but it was with 2 outs and Figueroa got a strikeout. They got a runner in the 5th when Negron struck out, but reached first when the ball went to the backstop. Now they get a base hit in the 6th, and it's doubled off with a nice play by Figueroa helping himself. So Everett's down to their last 3 outs, trailing 1-0. Glasgow will have 5, 6, and 7. Rene Brea leading off the inning. He led off the second inning, and he wound up scoring the 1 run. He got a base hit and walked around when Sopa lost a little bit and walked 3 in the inning. The third one coming with 2. The second and third walks coming with 2 outs. And one of them was the number 9 hitter. Santana, the shortstop, is now the pitcher here in the 6th. Trying to read the Everett coach. I think it's Naklevi or Naklewi Santana. I apologize for not getting that accurately, probably. Rene Brea, way up and in. It's funny, Rene Brea, Roky Brea, the center fielder, when he was on the basketball team, was Roky Brea Arias. Hit in the right center field, coming on. He made the play. Sliding catch. What a great play by Tyler Frenny. Klasko doesn't think he caught it, but the umpire said out. What a tremendous catch by the right field. He had to go. He started back. The wind picked it, blew it away from him. And he dove and picked it off the turf. What a great play. That's an ESPN highlight. Outstanding by the right fielder, Frenny. Lined in the center field. How big is that play now? As DeCia gets a base hit. So he'll be playing right field. Looks even bigger now after a base hit. Gavin Collins walked, got one of the 3 walks in the second inning and helped Klasko get the run. Last time up, he was struck out swinging. Nice stop by Guida, the catcher. He did a nice job behind the plate. Down and in, smothered it, keeps the runner at first. And again, if you're looking at this on TV, you see the sun out, the blue skies, the white clouds. You think, what a beautiful day here at Frazier Field. And people are covered up in winter jackets and blankets and freezing to death. On the inside corner for a strike. In for a strike again. Evens the count at 2. Way inside. Let's see what they do with the runner at first base with the count 3-2. Sneaking off first to say it doesn't go. It's ball 4. So you look now and say, how big is that play in right field? Where Klasko getting a single and a walk. Emerson Lara struck out, grounded out second and first. And we're going to have a runner at first base. Hard to pick up the classical numbers. Looks like Jake Baea running for Collins. So Lara the hitter with 2 on and 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Klasko would love to get another one to have a little bit of insurance going into the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. Down the way for a ball. Up and away for a ball. Cesare with the one-out single, the runner at second. BA running for Collins, who drew the one-out walk, is at first with one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Glasgow with a 1-0 lead, trying to add to it. Santana coming in to pitch the inning. And that's ball 4. So this is how they scored their one run. They got a base hit and then got 3 walks. They now have a base hit, 2 walks, and that huge play in right field by Frenny. This could be a very big inning for Glasgow. Braden Owenesian has walked and reached on an error. Missing, oh no, now it's in. The right hand came up late. And it was actually Manny Mendez hitting. Popped up, it's going to make it in the seats. So Mendez reached on the error. Onesian's been up once, drew one of the 3 walks in the second inning that helped Glasgow get their lead. High and tight for a ball. So Glasgow threatening again, bases loaded, 1 out. This is after Frenny made that outstanding catch in right field. So it could be even bigger. And it's going to go out of play. Top of the order, Mark Walsh on deck. Down and in for a ball. Swing and a miss, he got him. That's a big strikeout. So Sopin with the first 6. Gave up 2 base hits, but he struck out 6, but he walked 4, and 3 of those walks came in the second inning. That makes the difference in the game. The 3 walks following a leadoff single, and it's 1-0 Glasgow. They're trying to add to it now. Hit out of play. Both teams have 2 base hits. One of the base hits for Everett was doubled off when he tried to bunt. The other one reached third on an error, but the error was with 2 outs. And Figueroa got a big strikeout. Grounded a shot, and he gets the play, so Everett gets out of the inning. So Glasgow gets 2 walks, and a hit. But a strikeout and a ground and a shot gets Everett out of the inning. So Glasgow now out hits Everett 3-2. And Figueroa needs 3 outs to get Glasgow's second win and help them to go 2-0 and knock Everett out of the undefeated ranks. Everett will have 4, 5, and 6. 1-0 Glasgow. Glasgow threatened a couple of times, but that last time with the bases loaded, 1 out, a big strikeout. And then Paul hit fairly sharply, but right to the shortstop for the force at second, got Everett out of the inning. So Glasgow needs 3 outs. To get their first Greater Boston League win. Isaiah Feofigan has one of the 2 hits. He got a leadoff single in the second. He got the third when an infield error moved him around, but it came with 2 outs, and Figueroa got a big strikeout to get out of the inning. And that's the closest that Everett has come. They look like they might get started in the 6th with a leadoff single, but a strikeout, and then Figueroa picked a bunt in the air and doubled the runner at first. A very late swing by Feofigan. And it's quickly 0-2. Chop making another play by himself. Figueroa makes the play. So he's made the last 2 plays, one a double play. This one to start the 7th inning. And Derek Soper has been up twice. He struck out twice. One swinging, one called. He is the pitcher of record. They relieved him after 6 innings, but he's on the hook for the loss if they can't get a run here. In for a strike, 1-1. Swing and a miss. And this is Anderson Santiago hitting for Soper. I just realized the number. Waves at that pitch for strike 3. Santana, who came in to pitch and was helped out by Frenny's great play in right field. Glasgow left the bases loaded. Foul tip held on to by Desea. Curveball hangs up and in, 1-1. Hit the shot, Walsh to Collins, and that does it. Outstanding performance by Figueroa. Everett had 2 base runners in the 2nd inning. Other than that, it was virtually nothing. They went 1-2-3 in the 1st, 1-2-3 in the 3rd, 1-2-3 in the 4th. They had a runner in the 5th who was a strikeout. The ball went to the backstop, and he reached first base and was stranded there. They got a leadoff single in the 6th, and it was doubled off. 4 of the last 5 outs were made by Figueroa. He picked the bunt, doubled the runner at first. He made the play on the punch to out in front of the plate, tagged the runner, go to first, got a strikeout. So 4 of the last 5 outs were made by Figueroa. He gave up 2 base hits. He struck out 11. The 2 base hits he gave up, one of them was doubled off at first base. The other 2 base runners were an infield error and a strikeout that reached. An amazing performance by Figueroa, almost perfect. He had an outstanding outing. And he kept Glasgow in it all the way through. Glasgow got what they needed in the second inning. Rone Brea led with a base hit after a strikeout. Collins walked after a strikeout. Owen Easian walked, and then with 2 outs and the bases loaded, Mark Walsh drew a walk, getting the RBI, bringing in the run, and that was the 1 run in the game for Glasgow. They had a big threat in the 6th inning. Brea led off with a fly ball to right field. Tyler Frenny made an unbelievable diving catch, picked it off the turf for the out, and it turned out to be extremely big because it was followed by a single and 2 walks. Glasgow left the bases loaded, and they win the game by a score of 1-0. Walsh got the RBI. Munoz drew a walk to be a base runner. Rone Brea had a base hit, had the other base hit taken away. He scored the 1 run. Bujasea had a base hit. Gavin Collins walked once. And Jake Baea, batting for him, drew a walk. Lara drew a walk. And Manny Mendez reached on an error, and that was it for Glasgow because they only got 3 base hits, 2 of them coming in the first 2 innings, 1 of them leading off the second inning, followed by the 3 walks that brought in the 1 run that was the difference in the game. So Everett will lose for the first time. They go to 2-1. Glasgow will go to 2-0, and just a magnificent performance by Christian Figueroa, giving up 2 base hits, 1 of them picked off on a double play. 11 strikeouts in the game, didn't walk a batter, and had a bunch of 1, 2, 3 innings, and was involved in 4 of the last 5 outs of the game. So a big performance by Figueroa earns Glasgow their 2nd win. They sneak by Everett. Soper pitched extremely well, striking out 6, but he walked 4, 3 of them in 1 inning after a hit. And that was the difference in the game, 3 walks and the base hit, as Brea walked around after getting the base hit, scored the 1 run. So 1-0 Glasgow over Everett is the difference here at Frazier Field in this Greater Boston League battle. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.